People have an assumption when they see a black body. They have an assumption when they see an African body. There is an assumption when you see a female body. So I suppose that's where the politics starts to sip into the conversation. And I have been very curious what happens when we move away from that stereotype, but also what happens when we move into that stereotype. Aesthetics, the politics, the body, the sound, everything is political. And there's nothing that is not political. The struggle is to continue to think outside what is a white frame. But with a rigor, it has to be high art. High art is not only for Leonardo da Vinci or for Baryshnikov or for whoever, Pina Bausch, for instance. I think, there is a high art that everyone is capable of outside of the white canon. It's also for a body that is with the people, for the povo, that's my politics, for the povo, with the people. We use the word when you have a lot of problems, troubles, funerals, issues. It's a very complicated, complex word, but also it's a name given to, people. There are a lot of people named Dambudzo. The writer is Dambudzo Marechera, who was coming up during the Rhodesian time in the 70s, 60s, 70s. And he was just, so anti the whole racism, anti the whole black folks as a second citizen, and wrote this magnificent book called The House of Hunger, which I think for its generation is a watershed book, kind of explaining to us, the Zimbabweans, and to the world, what it feels like to grow up under the Rhodesian system, under colonial system. So I just, I'm really inspired and encouraged by the possibility of that. I have an idea about what I want to say in spaces, not so much festival spaces, but in spaces where we invite a public to kind of commune with us, or let's say to eat with us. So it's always like a Last Supper. How do we supper together? Knowing that we have all these different value systems that we're bringing into the room. Because we also know what happened at the Last Supper. There are people coming with a whole bunch of secrets, a whole bunch of hidden agendas. Some know more than others, and some are just there for the food. So all that surprise is really how I like to think of the work we do. It's about life itself, not so much about a box or a festival or something else, or is it contemporary art, is it live art? Who cares? It just has to be good. That's the invitation, to create a space where there is no hierarchy. There's no distance between you and I. There's no distance between the desire. So the desire to create this space where we can eat together, dance together. So if you already feel the desire to dance, we are winning. And hopefully here we will have people move with and not wait for that permission.
Para a gente é muito importante chegar aos 10 anos como a única mostra internacional de teatro de São Paulo. Antes, ao todos, nesses 10 anos, foram 179 espetáculos de 46 países, mais de 200 mil pessoas assistiram. E eu acho que esta relação do trabalho dela com a mostra, ela vem cada vez mais alinhada, porque a MITsp, ela tem, assim, buscado, em todos os seus 10 anos, estar nas discussões da contemporaneidade, nas relações estéticas e políticas que estão sendo pautadas e que estão sendo tensionadas enquanto arte. E eu acho que, assim, é muito importante receber esta artista com esse nome, com essa pesquisa, com tantos anos de trabalho, de luta e de ativismo dentro da mostra nesses 10 anos.
So to be part of their efforts to connect with another part of the world, to be in Brazil, it's such an honor. It's incredible. It's my first time in Brazil. It's the first time for my entire team. None of us have. So it's a dream come true, really it's a dream come true. There's so much familiarity, everybody looks familiar. We don't look unfamiliar. I don't look unfamiliar. I look like I could be Brazilian. The palette is wide enough and extensive enough. And I hope we prove the curators right, that they were correct in choosing us. Muito obrigada!